Yeah, good afternoon, everybody. You too. Elevation. What's going on, Chris Distefano?
I actually knew that was you too.
You did know that?
Absolutely, yep.
Oh, man.
I knew that one.
That song gets me pumped.
I only know it, though, because last year when they fucking downloaded their music right onto my iPhone, I got used to their voice.
Were you one of the people that were really pissed off by that, or were you happy that you got a little free music from you too?
I mean, I think I was indifferent about it, but I just remember, like, every time I'd be in the gym trying to run or outside trying to run, they would come on and I'd just keep fucking fast forwarding through all these songs, but the voice was familiar.
Oh, all right.
Bono.
Did you have Bono?
Bono.
Eventually, did you start liking the U2 music?
I like U2. I also went to their concert last year, and it was the best concert pretty much the only concert I've ever been to.
Pretty amazing, right?
Yeah, what they do with the special effects was great.
Yes. Oh, my God. Rich Voss and Bonnie are walking down the hall.
Oh.
They are going to ruin everything. Yeah. Good morning. Good afternoon. Whatever. What's up?
Yeah, Rich and Bonnie.
Wait, are you scheduled today?
Huh?
Are you guys scheduled today?
Aren't we scheduled?
I swear to God, I did not know until this very second.
Lindsay called me this morning and said, get in there.
Are you serious?
No, she called me, but I didn't have time.
First of all, you jackass, you don't know who's on your show.
I got Jim Brewer today. I got Chris Distefano.
Well,
I swear to God, I did not know until
we know you would have.
Are we allowed to be here?
Well, we just stopped in because we had meetings.
Wait, are you really scheduled or not?
No, we're not.
I don't care.
We're not.
I just, I was, all right.
Well, we would love to do it, Brewer. I don't know.
Stuttering.
We would love to do it, Brewer. I mean, Chris again is kind of, you know what I mean? I just did with
Hi,
Chris.
Hi.
And that show did very well.
It was a lot of fun.
People enjoyed that show.
Yeah, I like working with Chris. I'm a big fan of Chris.
Yeah.
And all the tweets that we got from that show with the band, those, remember?
Oh, yeah.
Wait, you're here for the blues band, Doyle?
Yeah.
Doyle.
Whatever, Doyle.
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 Bramhall the second.
Well, yeah, it was a lot of fun, and Chris got to talk about his depression, and I went home feeling really good after listening to him.
And you realize your life isn't that bad.
Yeah, it's just I felt.
What does he have to be depressed about?
Look at him. Look at his hair. It looks good today.
Well, it's growing in.
It's finally growing in.
It sucked last week.
He's got that curse where even if everything's going well, he suffers from depression.
You're right.
I think
it's genetic.
That's a
genetic.
curse.
Yeah. But nobody's suicidal in my family, which is good. My therapist said that was good.
Well, I'm having an anxiety attack today, so it's
what
weird.
happened?
I got so much going on with my new CDs being pre-released tomorrow on iTunes.
I can't believe
5.
you can take anything that's going on in the conversation and
make
work
it
it
about
back
your
to the
thank you.
CD.
He asked me why I have anxiety. I'm telling him.
Oh my God, I know, but you were like, if anything, if they were talking about food, you'd be like, I always eat my sandwich when I'm listening to my new CD. I mean, you'd figure out a way to.
Lift your shirt up. You don't have a bra on.
Don't lift up your shirt.
Oh, you want to see that?
I was just checking it out. I was just checking it out.
We went bareback last night.
You know how many handstand push-ups it took to get this?
Twice I did it last night.
Good for you.
You did not do it twice. You got a BJ and then you put it in for a little bit. But that's not doing
a little
it twice.
Bit. Enough for you.
You came twice.
Did you?
If we want to call it that. I wanted him to come on my face, but I had to literally go underneath and have it drip.
The only reason
that is so sad.
Well, she wanted me to come on her face because she's practicing to get into this club.
What club?
He got it. Thank you.
I don't get it.
I got it.
Well, it's just like a club there. You have to.
Well, like he's a comedic icon, so to get in a club,
come on your face club.
You gotta take his load on your face, and then he would get you into a club, right?
Oh,
nope. He was practicing for a club owner.
For a club owner, right? To get in at like the stand or something.
Thank you.
So doing it that way. I've been using my talent. Didn't know there was another way.
So you're like the Van Halen roadie. She's got to go through you before she gets to the main guy.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
Except he's never lifted anything.
Thank you, except your career. A lot of people do make references to the shirts they're wearing, and how quick Opie is.
Oh shit! I didn't realize I'm wearing a Van Halen shirt.
Oh shit! I just realized that too.
I didn't even realize.
Well, to tell you the truth, I'm really the Fruit of the Loom guy.
Yes, you are.
No, my CD is being pre-released tomorrow on iTunes and all the.
But you can get it on a digital platform.
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Yeah, because I just don't know what to do with CDs these days.
No, but you can get obviously on iTunes.
I can play it in my car
Digital.
still, but I don't have a CD player in my house.
I throw it at homeless people.
Yeah, I got a Bose alarm clock type thing, and I can play a CD in that still. But besides that, nowhere else.
Yeah,
It just keeps.
I'm sick of fucking CDs.
God, I wish we could stay here. I mean,
Where are you guys going?
we have a meeting.
When now?
No, well, we pushed it back to come in here.
Oh, that's very nice of you.
Yeah, because this is fucking like my home.
yeah.
This
Is
is
it?
like my home.
Yeah.
Yes, even though I'll be here Friday morning, but this is my. I'm doing a big whole
Oh, you're doing your big release.
my release. Yes.
Yes.
Very cool.
So I'm doing as much radio and podcast as I can in the next, this week and not next week, the following, because I'm at the Brigada next week. But anyhow.
You want to talk more about yourself, or?
Well, I don't have a lot of time. I don't have a lot
You're
of
trying to get it all in.
I'm trying to get as much as I possibly. I'm trying to look. This guy's got.
What about Bonnie?
Well,
Does she have anything going on? I wouldn't even know because you're not.
We'll get to her.
We'll get to her. Okay.
Okay, Bonnie loves my new CD. No, Bonnie
It's really great.
Bonnie,
So good.
Bonnie, who sold, we did, but Bonnie's the executive producer.
Well, you're an executive producer on it.
Yeah, but you're the main
We're
executive
in
producer.
development with IFC. With IFC, and we have a TV show in development, and Rich is a co-creator and an executive producer. Although, not good enough for him. No, he still has got so much to complain about.
And we have the movie.
What are you complaining about? That's a good title.
Well, yeah, I know, but I'm not complaining about that. It's just whatever.
What is he complaining about?
What's the problem?
He doesn't think he's going to get like a big enough part, or it's like I can't do enough for him. That's what he thinks.
Last night you did, but no, yes, you can.
Oh, God.
You know what's cool when, you ever do this, you're just out of nowhere, you come into the bedroom, she comes out of the shower, and you just lean against the dresser and pull your pants down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you do
And you got
know what I mean?
Yeah. You got some action down there.
And then and the
Something's going on.
Yeah.
It's looking good.
And because when you're getting oral,
I thought of a good joke while I was doing it.
when I'm getting oral,
I really did.
and I can still chew gum when I'm getting oral.
Yeah.
But when I'm going down on her, I can't chew gum because
I want to hear the joke she came up with.
No, I gotta just try it tonight first.
Oh, you're gonna
but it
try
had
it
to do
first.
with being at the dentist, because I'd been at the dentist and my jaw was really sore.
Right.
And so then then it was like a pile on.
Oh my God!
Luckily, I didn't have to open my mouth that wide.
Why didn't you let her relax her jaw after the dentist?
you know what?
He's going to somehow bring this back to a CD.
There's a bit on my CD that's being pre-released tomorrow about that.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't help it. I walked in, and when she comes out of the shower, one, she's sexy. I know she's finally clean, so I can.
I knew you were going to say that.
No, so. It was spur of the moment. I was not ready for it. It's hot. You're
Just
married.
happened. Yeah, I have a fucking smoking hot Latina girlfriend. So when anytime she walks by, and
But she's in the mood 23 hours a day.
she always wants to fuck.
Right?
Yeah.
Get
Yeah,
out. How
she's
old is?
She's 32.
Are you guys going to get married?
If if that bothers you, you should marry her. Because that's going to change.
That's gonna change. I know it's true. No, she's just horny all the time.
Really?
Yeah, and she's
I'm not saying
hot.
I'm not
She's
horny all the
ridiculously hot.
time.
Yeah.
I only have one option.
She said last night before we have sex, she said, the only thing going in me is your dick. Like I was going to take
No,
something.
I said I don't want any dumb shit going in me, just your dick.
What? Were you going to just pick something up and
Stick
give it a try?
lamp in her pussy?
He had a potato in his hand. Why you?
No, we have two toys.
Oh,
Really?
Two toys, yeah.
Oh, Raina found them.
Raina found your sex toys.
Raina was like, I'm going to wear one of Daddy's hats, and she pulled out a stack of his hats.
I put the stuff behind my hats.
I didn't know, and I was standing there. I didn't know what she was looking at, and she was like, boing. She goes, excuse me, and then I went and looked, and I put the hats back. I said, you don't know what those are. She goes, I know what those are, and I said, well, pretend you don't know what those are, and we'll never talk about it again. She goes, we'll never speak of it again.
Oh, my God. What was it, though?
It was a pink dildo.
Right.
Some porn.
Balls and all?
No. I don't like the balls. And no, because when she's not home, I
like those ones that's like a Eskimo log, and then it has a little man on it.
And then I had the little bullet.
Right.
And there was some porn.
And she knew right away?
I don't know if she knew.
It was the shape of a fucking penis. I mean, it's not that hard to figure out. She watches a lot of Family Guy.
She's going to get me into trouble. Like, I can't. She had her friends over the other day in her room. How old is your child?
A year and a half.
Yeah, see, you're lucky. 9 years old. Her friends are over from the neighborhood. So I go in the room.
I don't know if you should tell this story.
What? No, I'm just saying how a kid can get you in trouble.
Your CD.
No, I don't want to hear this.
No. So I just came in her room.
Friends over.
She
What's
was
going on?
with her two friends.
Yeah.
And I just go in the room, and I always beat her up, or do whatever. So I'm beating her up, fooling around, beating her up. And she goes, you're just flirting with my friends.
Holy shit.
I go, what? Because I'm beating her up, and I'm flirting with fucking 9-year-old. I'm going, that's the kind of stuff that puts people in fucking jail.
Oh, wow. That's funny, though. So you beat her up?
Yeah.
So the time she gave me a beating, she learned that from you.
Oh,
She loves it.
She asked us to beat her up all the time.
Dude, it wasn't fun.
She used to cry if we wouldn't beat her up.
Right.
You beat me up.
They dropped their daughter over to my house, and our kids get along, even though Raina's a little older than my son, and she wanted to get beat up. So I was beating her up, but like in a normal way, and she was getting mad that I wasn't beating her up enough, and then she was hurting me.
She's like her mother.
She like jumps on your head like she's practicing wrestling moves and stuff.
I've hit Bonnie in the eye, and she's come instantly. That's where she gets it from, because Bonnie... Okay, so they all don't work. What I'm saying is... Did you hear on our last radio show, My Wife Hates Me? We did.
Sorry.
I don't know if you could find
again. Sorry.
No, you'll like this.
Do you guys want to take a break? Because Rich is on a roll.
No. Listen, I had fucking probably 4 out of 5 good ones.
All right?
No. But listen, the second to last time we were on, we had Go Ask... call in, ask Raina,
right.
And some lady called in at the end and said she wanted she wanted to adopt foster kids,
right? And
Raina fucking laid into her. We didn't help her in any way. It's probably the funniest thing she's ever done. I don't know if we still have archives, but you would love it.
You think they still have your archives here? That's hilarious.
I know they've got some of our checks.
They're just the worst. You should ask Don, though. Maybe you could get the archives. That would be nice.
Yeah, there's some
They're
good.
Probably still around.
You know what I like about Don? He really gave us a heads up. What was coming.
What do you do?
Nothing.
He just came in one day and said it's over?
Oh, no, he called us.
Oh.
And said, you're not on next week.
Why, though? What was
the day after?
They don't even know how many people listen to it.
No, they
have no rating system. Why did they... What?
No. They're just serious. Just trying to save money. Listen,
it's money. They weren't paying you guys anything.
Yeah, why didn't they just take it out of petty cash?
Of course.
Well, I'm not here to trash them. They make the decisions the way they feel fit. So
they're not saving money by canceling you guys and Race Wars and Iraq Show.
No.
I thought Iraq's coming back, though.
I don't know.
I hope. Are you coming back? No?
Eric?
Oh.
Are you coming back?
Oh, man. But isn't Roland on?
Yeah, Roland was just doing a show in another studio a few minutes ago.
Because you know probably why?
Why?
Free.
But if they told you they were trying to save money, that's just garbage.
But why else would they cancel us?
They weren't paying you enough.
And we had a pretty high rated...
I thought you guys had a nice following. I would when I was out and about, people were talking about it.
I called into the show once. I like the show.
You came into it.
I came into it, and I called into it once and didn't say who I was. I just asked an honest question.
No, for real? Did we hang up not knowing who you were?
Yeah. I just said, hey,
Oh my God, that's so weird. What's wrong with
Hey,
you?
I'm Chris from Brooklyn. And then I asked a question. I asked what did I ask? Something about whatever was going on in my relationship then, and you guys trashed me and hung up. Like whatever,
I'm sure we helped.
No, I forgot what it was, but I remember just calling in and
God,
then I remember,
got to find that call.
I remember calling in and being like, I'm going to call in and be like, hey, what's up, and start. And then I just freaked out when whoever was like, who is this? I was like, it's just Chris from Brooklyn. I didn't say who it was. And then I remember just going like right on, and then you were like, oh, Chris from Brooklyn. I was like, oh, hey, a big fan of the show. And then I started,
What's wrong with you?
I was sitting in traffic on the Brooklyn Bridge. I remember where I was.
Were you ever going to tell him that?
That was my plan, but I fucking freaked and then just
I
asked the
bet you
question.
I'll remember the call if you just remind me what you called about.
I can't remember what I said.
But you wanted to call in for real advice?
No, I wanted to call in just because I was listening to the show, and at that on my radio, my interface or whatever, it's had the number to call in. So I just called in because I was sitting in traffic. I was like, oh, I'll just call in, and then when the guy picked up,
Isn't it amazing though how many cars have that and literally like 2 people every night use it?
I know.
Well, because people in general don't want to make phone calls anymore.
Yeah.
Although in the afternoon, since we moved the show over here, the phones have been ringing pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, you're also lucky too. You get a lot of people that are listening that are not in their car that can call, from
Like
work
work
or something.
Right.
Why don't you do the show with one of your breasts out? Like you did
Chris, he's talking to you.
What the fuck? I'm losing weight. I cut bread.
What are you doing?
I cut sugar.
You did?
Congratulations
For
on
how
that.
long?
It's been 3. I mean,
I cut out satisfying sexual activity.
it's in everything you eat, but
Everything.
it's fucking insane.
But you don't eat like candy or anything?
or cookies or donuts.
For how long have you been
I
doing this?
saw
3
you
weeks.
eat a chocolate-covered pretzel last night.
No, you didn't. You ate them. I didn't eat.
You didn't have one?
Nope, I didn't have any chocolate covered pretzels. No, I didn't. I had what do you call a bar? The Quest bar.
Yeah, there's sugar in those.
No, there isn't.
No, they
There's
say
like
that
2
those
grams.
suck. Fed Up. On Fed Up, when I watched it, said that the bars are no good either.
Well, it depends what
Most-
ones. There's like 2 that are okay.
All right.
Quest is like second
Most
or
of the
third
health
best.
bars, they said you might as well eat a Snickers.
Yes.
I'm not sure how much sugar is in a Quest bar, but I guarantee there's sugar in there.
It's 2 grams or 4. I think.
We're looking it up. Sugar
Less
less,
than 1.
Okay.
Yeah,
Fair
it's
enough.
less than 1.
Fair enough.
But that means there's 4,000 chemicals.
Did you see Fed Up, the movie?
Yeah.
No, she did.
It's amazing,
Good
isn't
one.
it? Mm-hmm. It's changed my life. And
But when that scientist said that he wouldn't let his kids have sugar,
Right.
knowing what he knows.
Right. Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah.
But then again, people around me hate my fucking guts because that's all I talk about is Fed Up. I finally calmed down
You
a
think
little
that's
bit.
the reason?
one of many. At least
tell
I
him
know
it's
one of the
'cause
reasons. I finally know one of the reasons.
How long did it take you to negotiate that you weren't going to eat sugar anymore? Did you wait to the last minute and say, "I'm not going to eat sugar"?
What, here?
No, in your
Contract?
in your diet.
I don't know what you're
Because I'm saying that's a hard one to cut out.
Oh, sugar, it's brutal.
Remember back in the day when you guys wouldn't have holes on your show, and now all you do is sit around and talk about your diets? The times have changed.
You look great though.
Cutting sugar,
You do
thank
look
you,
good.
sir. I appreciate
I gotta
that.
lose. I want to try to lose
God, this
20 to
is so
25
embarrassing
pounds.
to witness.
Yeah.
By March. I gotta cut sugar and bread.
Where do you hold your weight? In the hips?
On the hips, size 38 to 40 waist.
He's talking out of it.
But look, you got to see his Boy Scout shorts today. Stand up so they can see his Boy Scout shorts.
I know.
Look at his Boy Scout shorts.
Jesus. Well,
At least I got Jordans on
is
now.
that the fucking from the Nambla clothing line?
It's from Land's End. Mailman fucking accessory.
Unless I
Look
could,
at those. Those are great, those Jordans.
unless I could, that
Yeah,
is
those-
nice. Those red Jordans.
Are those custom made?
No.
Oh.
They're
Those look nice.
the Syracuse ones, I think.
This is all Rich does is golf and talk about
His
sneakers with
sneakers?
black people.
Right.
I know, and they're probably like, that weird old motherfucker.
he will just stop people on the street and be like, "You like these? Are these good?"
Flirting with more 9-year-olds.
Giving me a pass on these.
You know what's a good documentary? I don't know.
13.
Oh my God,
13.
Diets documentary. We might as well be
13.
on fucking Oprah right now.
Let me tell you something. I'm not the recommendation guy. I don't watch anything. I don't know anything.
Everyone's talking about this
When
13.
I watched the 13th last night,
Or
it
the
was
13th, I think it's called.
Dude, I'm telling you, like I woke up today being like, I look at life
Directed, by
differently.
the way, by
about?
Ava DuVernay, I think her name is.
Wait, what's it about?
It's about the 13th Amendment, which is the amendment, to abolish slavery, and how it's still in place today in ways that we don't know it. And
Oh my God! Didn't it when Trump was going Law and
watch
Order,
that?
Law and Order? Were you
Yeah.
like, oh my God, that's what they're talking about? Code
like,
words.
It's
code
crazy.
words.
The code words. If you watch it, it's just like it. I mean, stories about. It's amazing. It's one of the-
how even though they say one thing, how we're come so far, racially and stuff, that on the other side of things, there's still these sort of secret ways to keep black people down.
Like for example, in the amendment, 13th Amendment, it says that slavery is abolished, but unless you get arrested, then you lose all your rights and you have to do whatever the city or state, whatever the state
But that's
wants
for
you to
white
do.
people too.
But for white people too.
but the only thing is that it's like, I don't know what the stat is, but it's a lot more black people getting arrested.
40% of the world's population is United States prisoners, and of that prison population, I think 70% of the population is black. So after the Civil War ended, like 1865, right after that, thousands of black people were arrested
He's
for
not
no
just a
reason.
pretty face, okay?
Were arrested for no reason, put into slavery through jail, and did the work. Like everything that, like Walmart, for example, most of the stuff that they make, those are made manufactured in prison. So much work is prison workers because these companies get it done free. It's free labor. That's what slavery is. So the majority of people in prison are black. That's why that's why crack was offensive. When Reagan came in, you would get 25 years for crack. A summons for cocaine. It's the same drug. Just one is sold in low-income black neighborhoods. The other one is a white drug. So it was all an effort to keep black people in prison to do the work, to be their racist. And when you say, the code words like law and order, like Bonnie was mentioning, that's just rhetoric that Southern Republicans, had in the 50s and 60s to keep racism alive. I mean, at least what the documentary says. I know people out there are probably driving their trucks into the fucking Mississippi River, but
they want to scream at you.
Oh yeah,
now,
I know.
Because now they want to give the other side.
Give me a call, Chuck. You fuck.
Well, no, but listen.
Listen, he's just repeating the documentary. You should watch the documentary. It's actually
I'm just
really
watching the
enlightening.
documentary.
Did you see the documentary?
Yeah.
Did you like it, Bonnie?
I loved it. I mean, first of all, it's the documentary itself is really well made.
Yes,
it's a great.
excellent.
I wasn't sure what I was about to get into. Like I didn't know exactly what it was about or anything. And very compelling.
But I mean, in this country too, obviously, there's discrimination,
Yes,
racism,
of course.
but there's also homophobia. There's also anti-Semitic. There's everything,
Right.
but they
all
make
covered on his CD
no, that's
5.
And his arm.
no. That's
A lot of tattoos, people.
so,
Wow.
but don't you think? You can make a documentary about that for
Absolutely.
gay people or for
Absolutely.
for.
But I'm sure there is.
And I'm sure this one was just about the 13th Amendment specifically, and there's a whole plethora of other problems with this country. But that documentary, I think, if you're on the fence,
But
who you
didn't
want
she
to vote
direct
for?
Selma?
I don't know. I don't know much about the director.
I think she did. She
I believe she
directed
was
some
done
big
with
movie
Selma,
last year.
And then someone came to her and said, "Hey, man, you want to do a documentary?" And she says, "I'm
she's a
in."
great filmmaker.
She's a great, and it just makes you feel like that documentary just makes you feel like
can't
you
wait to see
really
it.
can't vote for Trump, even if you're on the
DuVernay.
fence. You just can't.
Do you think
But-
it's a bit slanted?
Of course,
Yes, oh.
yeah, of course it is. But what the documentary is putting forth is actual fact. Yes, they put it in a way where it's really not good for Hillary either. I mean,
No, they don't make it.
No, it's kind of neutral because the Clinton administration, the prison population swelled with them too for the same reason. So they're not saying that. But it's clear that the one who's trying to capitalize, it seems like the prison population would continue to get bigger if you voted in this case with Trump than it would be with Hillary.
And why does it matter what color you are if you're in prison for the labor?
It's just about low
If you're in prison, wouldn't it be just as good if it was a white person doing all this free labor?
Oh yeah, now prison.
So why is it racial?
Well, it's because
I'm just asking because I didn't see the movie.
Because it's deep seated in our country.
Well, prisons
So-
too. Prisons are. they're privately owned. People
Yeah, well,
are making,
they discuss
They
this
discuss that, too.
at great depth.
and people are making so much money. But when and I think if you're in prison, you should do some type of work to earn your keep. I'm not saying you don't make it. I think why should taxpayers have to pay?
Yeah.
But also
Yeah,
too.
but they're not taxpayers paying because what was the thing about using the phone cards and how much money that it cost them to do anything?
Yeah, a family, a regular income family or low income family, like most of the prisoners are from. I think their families have to work like a week worth of work for them to make a 10-minute phone call for them to be able to pay for that.
Why?
Yeah, because
It
it's inflated so much.
Wow.
And it's just one of those. It really shows you, I think, the true, at least one of the main differences between growing up black versus growing up white. I grew up in New York. I grew up here in Brooklyn. So, there's not really, I don't know anybody who's like a true racist. I really don't, besides my Aunt Janet. No, I'm joking. I don't know.
Your Aunt Janet? Is that what you said?
Yeah. No. I'm not coming to Thanksgiving.
You got some of that white guilt now? A little more white guilt after watching this documentary?
It's not so much white guilt because I was born the color I was born, but it's just about a little eye-opening experience to like, okay, most likely if I talked to some of my friends who are black who I've never even thought to ask them this, they've probably, some of this stuff is probably resonating true with them.
Yeah, it's probably like an old story to them. They're know
like,
it.
Oh, yeah, but it just doesn't affect me at all. So, but watching this, like, okay, I think the only thing I can do now is be open, have my eyes open to it and vote for a candidate who at least is going to somewhat try to make that different. I don't know if Hillary's going to do that.
Well,
I was going to ask who's the candidate that would do that.
Hillary would be more inclined
she's talked about it in her.
But wait a second. I'm not a Trump supporter. I'm not. Yeah. Matter of fact, the other day in the car, I leaned towards Hillary because the first thing that came to my mind was Golda Meir, and when she was prime minister of Israel.
I thought you were just turning left.
No.
Which is also the name of track 7 on his album.
When she was prime minister, that's when
you lean toward a candidate while you're driving. I can't even get past that. You said what?
No, I was thinking in my car
because I was going at that moment. Now you're leaning toward Clinton.
No, because I was going
to drive. You can lean.
He's one of the last.
No. I was going to register
Are you really
to vote.
Undecided?
I was going to register to vote. It's to tell you the truth. I was going to register to vote. The main reason, and Bonnie brought this up, and it's a good reason, is to take my daughter to the polls with me so she could see history being made if Hillary wins. She could be part of it.
Right.
She could be there, say, I was there when the first female president was elected.
Right.
Now I'm in the car thinking, and I'm going, God damn, they both really bother me. But then I thought of Golda Meir, who at the time was probably the best prime minister Israel's had in fucking decades.
I know. I'm well versed in all of Israel's prime ministers.
I thought you were saying gold in my ear.
I said gold in my ear.
I thought you were saying gold in my ear.
Yes,
there was a little gold in my ear.
So,
but the Hillary put it there.
But the reason I said that, she was so strong. She was a female, and females have more to prove.
When he says female, he says it's worse than
he says it like the N-word.
Or cunt or something. The way he says it is so
female.
Female. There's a little anger.
You're gonna vote for a female?
But they have more to prove, it seems like.
They sure do.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Do you see what I'm saying? Does it make sense?
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying, and I think either candidate has got an uphill battle. But if this documentary is just, I don't know.
I don't know.
He walked some people in Indianapolis because he talked about Trump
in Indianapolis. I walked.
The Amy Schumer thing where supposedly like 200 people walked. Well, he had the same situation in a much smaller room.
Except I was at Morty's comedy joint with 15 people off the side of the fucking highway in Indianapolis,
and he was talking about Trump
in an old Mexican restaurant.
An old Mexican restaurant with the fucking it was fucking crazy.
An empty balcony.
I was fucking. Not only was I bombing, there was nobody there. I was depressed. I fucking ate some fucking Indianapolis fast food. I had to shit my pants. Then I do a bullshit Trump joke, and everybody wants to fight me. And 60%, 8 people leave.
I had that.
Was it 8 people?
How many?
8 people, which was about 60% of that audience.
Oh my!
Well, someone said to me recently.
I sold no tickets.
Oh my!
Except Mike, who came from the Opie show. Thank you.
But why the fuck can't people have a sense of humor about their guy?
When I was at Levity, first of all, I do a joke about both.
Yeah.
And then I did a thing about Trump. I go, none of you 3 or 4 years ago was watching The Apprentice going, that guy,
Right.
you know, and some guy stood up and started yelling, "What about Hillary selling uranium to Russia?" And he was going nuts. I'm going,
God.
sir, it's a comedy. Relax.
Yeah.
I get to say what I want.
Yeah.
This is my. And the whole table had to be thrown out. He was out of his mind. It happened
know.
twice to me. I'm just a dumb comic.
Well, see, the thing is now what I think is scary about this is whether Trump wins or loses. If he loses, it's almost going to be worse because then the people who are going to be pissed off, which is going to be about 30%.
Well, they're talking about a revolution.
Of a revolution. So it's like you got to think like, you know, you got to just bank on the strength of us as a country to be able to put down if there's a revolution.
Oh, there's not going to be a revolution.
I don't know.
I'm already
Whatever
stored.
there
There's going to be
is.
some people that are definitely fired up, and some things will happen.
Yeah, well,
and Trump is not going to let go.
Well, white people don't
Dude.
loot.
I am not
Right.
going
Well,
past
right.
that fucking
Yeah.
Mason-Dixon line if Trump wins. No shot. I'm staying in the
I think-
Northeast.
Do you know where the Mason-Dixon line starts?
No?
Maryland.
Oh, yeah, I ain't going past it then.
You're going to
Fuck.
Philly.
Fuck. Arlington Draft House. No way I'm coming.
I'm there.
Magoobies, you're out.
I just got booked at both of them.
You're going to die.
You asked for Chuck. Chuck's on the line.
Chuck, I knew Chuck was going to call
and
in.
he's saying that you're full of shit.
Chucky, let's hear it, Chuck.
On your movie, The 13th.
Come on, Chucky.
Now on Netflix. Let's say hi to Chuck in North Carolina. What's up, Chuck?
What's up, Chuck?
Hey, Opie, that fucking Chris needs to spend more time fucking that Latino girlfriend of his and watching that bullshit
Latino.
on fucking TV.
Come on, Chuck. You didn't watch a documentary?
Fuck no, that's a bunch of bullshit, man. What does Trump or Hillary gonna have to do with anybody who's in fucking prison? Goddamn, you go to prison because you fuck up. And if you work and build shit or whatever you're talking about, it's because you fucking want to.
That's
they don't
fine.
Make you do that shit in there.
You've never done
Go in
anything
there.
wrong that might have put you in prison if you had gotten caught?
No, well, yeah, but goddamn, I ain't stupid.
No,
See,
but
that would be the other side of this argument. If you know the famous, if you just behave, then you're not in prison,
Right.
and then you don't have to deal with any of this
I
shit.
understand that, and the
Exactly right.
documentary talks about that, and I agree with you, Chuck. If you go to jail and you really did commit a crime, then you should have to work for it, and work at whatever it is in the shop to help society, and give back to
pay
society
for your
what you
stay.
took. But so many people are going to jail for crimes that really shouldn't have jail time.
Chuck, did you see?
That's the problem.
And I'm far from a far left wing guy.
Intellect?
Chuck, did you see the guy on
laughed too
Facebook
hard at
that was handcuffed for walking in the street around a construction site? You don't think black people have it a little tougher?
Well, I'm sure they got a little tougher, but goddamn, they got it better than they fucking would have if their ancestors would have stayed where the fuck they was.
Okay.
Well, they couldn't.
Listen,
You jerk.
I don't know if you're gonna get anywhere with Chuck there.
He wouldn't have got cuffed if he had probably run his fucking mouth.
Okay, I got another.
Oh my God! But you're running your mouth now. Why isn't someone fucking holding you down and cuffing you?
Let me tell you something. I've sold more cocaine you can put a foot in the fucking wheelbarrow, and I know if I get pulled over by a cop or I'm walking in the street where I ain't supposed to, you run your fucking mouth to a cop and be disrespectful, you're going to get the bad end of it.
That's if you're white. If you run your mouth to a cop and be disrespectful, you ain't. But you don't have to do anything at times if you're black.
And Bonnie knows about
I
blackness.
know because
Well,
I've had sex with black men.
Take a black guy.
Yeah.
Take
R.I.P.
a black
Patrice.
guy.
Patrice. Oh God.
It's walking in a construction area. Hey, Kelly ain't supposed to. He says, yes, sir, I'm sorry. They ain't going to do shit to him.
What is he, Rochester?
bullshit.
I got a question for you.
The bigger question is why are there so many people in prison in this country? When Chris said this stat before, I don't know if it
40% of the human 40% of the population 40% of the populations of
The
prisons
prison-
are in the United States.
Exactly. 40% of the world.
almost half of the world's
population
prison
is in
population is it.
America.
And are we really that much I guess you could look at it two ways. Are we worse than other countries, or are we now like more moral than other countries? I don't know which one it is, but why
people
are
would
there
argue
so
that
many
we
people?
just put up with less shit.
And you know what? Also, too, not
That's what
one.
they would
But I don't see
No,
how
I'm just
that's
saying
true.
that. I don't know if that's true either, but that's what they would say.
Not-
We just don't put up with as much shit.
Right.
Not one
America.
fucking banker, not one Wall Street trader or exec was fucking jailed during the fucking meltdown in the housing fucking bubble.
How about you
No,
go
one guy went to jail. I think.
Who? Madoff?
No. I think one guy, one stoolie, one.
How about you go recent with the Wells Fargo guy that has to step down after everything that went on with that bank?
Well, they stepped down with millions
That's
of
what
dollars.
I'm getting at.
Yeah.
He steps down. He ruined people's lives, and they forced him out with $100 and something million.
Yeah, and none of them go to prison. I got a question. Is this the Christmas tree salesman guy?
It's Chuck. He's long gone. He doesn't do the Christmas trees anymore. But we did find out that Chuck's daughter might be a little funny.
What's that mean?
Little hell. Goddamn, she's queer as a football bat.
A football bat.
What is a football bat?
Well, he's queer.
You don't think you had anything to do with that?
He's not happy
Yes,
about that
Jesus.
because
I feel-
Chuck thinks a
God.
certain way, and then it
Just
turns
the-
out his daughter.
Whatever you hate, your
Dude,
kid is going to turn into that. That's the way it works.
Just the sound of your voice makes me want to go muff diving.
His daughter's is gay,
Chuck.
and he's sort of dealing with it as long as they don't like touch each other or kiss in his presence, right, Chuck?
I can deal with this. Just don't flaunt that shit.
What if
Don't
she has
flaunt
a
it.
black girlfriend,
your
Chuck?
love for
Oh my
another
God, what would
human
be
being
worse?
in front of my eyes.
Chuck, well, here's the question: What if she comes home with a girlfriend who's black? Is that a problem for you?
Oh shit!
That just makes you fucking worse, but still, don't fucking do it in front of me. If you are, get the fuck out of my house.
What if she comes home with a girlfriend who's an Arab,
It's your daughter, though, Chuck.
a Muslim girlfriend?
Chuck, you think she was born gay or what?
Oh, fuck no. It's for fucking attention and just to try something fucking
It's for attention.
You,
Let me tell you something.
You don't think your molestation had anything to do with it?
you don't think people are born? You don't?
Did you ever flirt with her 9-year-old friends? Be honest.
You don't think people are born gay, Chuck?
Hell no.
Oh, come
Oh, yes, we are. We
Are you
all. Yes,
kidding
we.
me?
Chuck,
I
will.
don't fucking believe that. If you're born with tits and a dick,
Chuck-
I feel sorry for you.
Chuck, I got.
don't feel
I
sorry
have
for
no
fucking
doubt that
dick
people are
suckers.
born gay. Maybe there's a tiny percentage of people that maybe
Well,
want.
I don't care what difference does it make if you're born gay or you choose it.
Well,
What's
it
the
doesn't matter.
difference?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. But he thinks no one is born gay.
That's the
crazy.
whole world. The whole world is born bisexual. You're born that way because you don't know. So you decide. You evolve
Oh,
into
boy.
what you're going to be.
XY.
And finally, I mean, it's not going to be a great day for me, but I'll finally get to say I'm right. Rich is clearly
No,
coming out.
You finally got your answer. Bonnie finally got her answer today.
Chuck,
October 18,
Thanks,
2016.
Chuck.
Bonnie got her answer.
Chuck, I got two questions for you real quick because I've heard you many times call in, and I think you're a great call. Are you a white supremacist or you're just
run-of-the-mill racist?
Are you pure pro-white or are you anti-black? Like, where do you stand on blacks, Jews?
I'm not anti-black. I'm
Okay.
really not.
Like if your neighbor was black, that'd be all right.
I went to a mostly black school. I played ball. I got a lot of friends. I'm anti-stupid motherfuckers. What I am.
Oh, you hate
Jesus.
yourself.
Black people are fucking. Most of them that fuck up are fucking stupid. That shit about the cops are against them and all that. They're all fucking up.
Chuck, but
you
understand this. But understand
Chuck sounds
this.
so bright.
Chucky, understand this though. They're born with less opportunity than you. So the chances of
Well, they ain't now.
yes, they are.
Oh, that's going to fire some people up.
Chuck,
What?
yes, they are.
That's going to
Let
fire
me
some
tell you
people up.
something.
Well, you know why? Because they think Chuck thinks like I grew up poor, I grew up without anything, so therefore I didn't use my white privilege in any way, which I think a lot of people think.
Let me tell you something. I didn't have no fucking white privilege. I grew up on a farm, milk cows, killed chickens to have food.
Oh,
Let me tell you
shit.
something.
It's my dad.
A black guy, let me tell you,
Why did you not go with her to her surgery? It was in the book.
let me make this point. A black guy
Yeah.
or a black woman go to get a job at the fire department or the police department
Yeah, we gotta go.
or at the post office, they get 200 more fucking points for taking that test than anybody else. Now, that shit about privilege and all that shit's down the fucking road. When you put a black man in the fucking White House, all that shit's over. You got just as good a chance as any fucking body else.
Well, let me just say, let me ask you a question, Chuck. Can I ask you a question? Or
Yeah. Let Bonnie. All right, we get that point.
let me ask you a
Bonnie
question.
Ask you something.
Let's say you've got to hire someone for your Christmas tree business, and a black guy and a white guy both apply to the job. Who would you hire?
Whoever I think's going to do the best job and not lay out or steal from me and be a stupid motherfucker.
So you hired the white guy.
Which one?
Yeah, how about their resumes?
That's white privilege. It's just these little simple things that happen every day. It doesn't have anything to do with 200 extra points on your test score.
What about when a black guy has a business and somebody goes in? Who does he hire?
He hires the
I don't
Asian.
know.
No, it's the same
I
thing.
worked for a black guy.
No, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to Bonnie.
Black guy.
Right.
Listen, anyhow, we got to
Well,
go.
I know one thing.
You know what? I'm glad,
Black
Chuck,
guy.
that I got to change your mind a little bit today.
Yeah.
I got a black guy that's worked for me for 35 years. He works second shift. He comes in at dark. He leaves at daylight. And he ain't never complained. He ain't never missed a day's work. He works 7 days a week for me.
Do you like?
He whistles on the way. He sings his songs.
You know what he does?
Huh.
He holds a lantern at the end of my fucking driveway.
Hey,
Okay, well, he has
Chuck.
special needs. What do you,
my God.
well, you hired someone from the special needs community who's
I think
can't
that's
talk
great.
or hear.
I think that's great.
Chuck, do you like pussy?
Your daughter does.
But as much as you don't.
Not as much as your daughter.
Wow, you hear that, Chuck?
What?
They ain't fucking around with you today.
I didn't hear it.
I'm saying,
Thank
do you
God
like?
you didn't hear it.
Do you like pussy?
Yeah.
Okay, like father,
Chris
like
said-
daughter.
Yeah, okay, all right.
Oh, yeah. I stepped on a Voss joke. Sorry.
That's all right.
And I stepped on
Does
it
that
too.
count as a joke?
No,
You can't hurt Voss's jokes by stepping on them. God damn.
God, you know what?
God damn.
I like this man. He's a fan of
Chuck's
mine.
a good dude. And I like Chuck. I like that this is America.
I think he was saying your jokes are dumb.
No, but we can have a
That's
good
why you can't hurt
conversation
him.
like this.
Do you think Voss's jokes are dumb? That's not possible,
No, I
Chuck.
said you just can't hurt him. But I like to watch Voss. I've seen him on TV a couple times on those specials. But ever since fucking Jimmy started talking about because of Vienna sausage fingers, all I can do is look at his fucking hand.
Well,
And get
first of all,
hungry?
He's looking at your hands when you're on
Well,
TV.
Jimmy didn't start that. I was out to dinner with Opie and his ex, and Opie looked at my fingers and goes, "Oh my God." And that's where it all started. And then Jimmy ran with the ball. But
Right.
Opie, you got to
Jimmy
give
pumped it up. But
Opie's the one who started laughing, looking at my fucking stubby fingers at dinner.
And I got shitty thumbs. What am I
He's
doing?
the one. Hey, listen.
By the way, hands and penis size, there's no correlation at all. I just want
And
people
I
to know
want to know
that.
how
Oh, that
Voss.
means you got a nice,
No, he's
nice
got a
piece,
smaller
Voss.
penis than his hands would predict.
That's it.
How did Voss get Bonnie's? Well, I want something.
She has low self-esteem, and I was on top of my game when I met her.
I reckon you must have been on a hell of a game that night.
Oh, please. Look at her without her spanks.
She happened to be watching DEFCON.
All right, get out of that one. No, Chuck, we gotta go.
right.
Thank you, buddy.
CD
for
come
having us.
pre-release tomorrow on iTunes, Rich Voss 5, on all the digital platforms. You'll love it.
Second, you don't want to plug?
And November 2nd, live show at the Village Underground. Would you bang them?
Am I
it's
on
great.
it?
Yes.
nobody confirmed.
Oh, we're
Christine?
confirming.
Yeah, we're
Christine
confirming.
confirmed. All right, all right. We should
All
have
right.
Chuck come to that one.
Sorry
Chuck.
that we bombarded your show. but
I
we
don't
figure
care.
we
No,
want to
it's
stop
okay.
in.
Why don't we take a break so we can take a little
right.
picture for the old social media? Chuck, thank you, buddy.
Okay, man, I'll talk to you.
Later, Chuck.
Yeah, we'll be talking. We got Chris Distefano, Jim Brewer's checking in. We're going to take a quick break just so we can take a picture, and we'll return.
Opie Radio.